Yo, what's going on? What's happening? Um, Somebody left a comment in the comment section of the video that I did yesterday or the day before. And basically they were like, yo, man, chill out, man. Enjoy the paradise that you're living in. And I said to myself, well, hold on. I know the guy or the girl that left that comment meant well, but I was saying to myself, well, what do you mean paradise? You know what I'm saying? Like, paradise to me is a place where you don't have to pay bills. You don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to work. You don't have to live in another man's reality where he controls government, religion. He prints up the money that you have to work for. That's what I'm talking about with paradise. You know what I'm saying? Where I don't have to deal with someone else's reality. I can live in my own, the one that I make up. You see what I'm saying? But paradise, yeah, true indeed. It's monkeys and animals, iguanas, and it's beautiful out here. You got Mother Nature at her finest. The beach is right down the street. Warm weather. It's always sunny. And I got a little bit more freedom, just a little bit, than the average American. But this ain't paradise. Real talk. Like I live at the bottom of the country that I'm in, right? And there's a highway, and I'm not talking about like a highway like the United States. Most of the highway is the dirt road. You know what I'm saying? But it's a highway that runs straight from the top of the country that I'm living in, and it comes all the way down to the bottom where I'm at, which is like the jungle. You know what I mean? And this is not consistently happening, but for the most part, there's dump trucks coming from the top on down through where I'm living at all the time. Not consistently throughout the course of the day, but they come through here. And the reason why they're coming through here is because there's American developers, American contractors, American real estate agencies, American businesses that's doing the same thing that they do in America. Building hotels and high-priced condos, places that I can't live in. And it's only a matter of time where capitalism eventually starts to trickle on down to where I'm at. See, when I left America, I knew that I wasn't running away from capitalism. Because wherever there's American businesses, American companies, it's going to be capitalism. And that's real talk. And this is the reason why I make these videos. Because I know that living in America is exhausting. It is. From Monday to Friday, the average person has to go to sleep early in order to get up early. Some earlier than others if you have kids. You got to make sure that your child either makes it to school by you driving them to school, or that they make it to the bus stop in order that they can be able to catch the bus to go to school. And then, some of us have toddlers. So before you go to work, you got to drop your children off at the daycare. While en route, caught in traffic during rush hour, you got enough time to swallow down that Mickey D's sausage sandwich that you purchased before you got on the highway. You get to your job, you got to deal with this goddamn boss and your coworkers, and all they do is just talk shit throughout the course of the day. They do most of that than working. All you want to do is mind your business and do your job. For some of you all, you got lunch break. It's 30 minutes, an hour and a half. Come back to work. You work. You get off of work. Some of you all got to swing around to your mother's house because your children are too young to go home by themselves. So you had them take the bus to your mother's house. You got to pick them up from there. Some of you all pick your children up from daycare. And then some of you all got older children where they're old enough to let themselves inside the house. And while you caught in traffic on the way back home, you calling them, asking them, are they okay? Making sure that they're doing their schoolwork and not on PS5 or online, on YouTube, TikTok, social media. And you constantly telling them, hey, no matter who comes to the house and rings that doorbell or knocking that door, don't open that door. And by the way, while you doing your homework, make sure you take out those chicken legs or that ground beef that I have in the freezer and put it in the sink so it can unthaw. When I get home, I can cook that later on for dinner. By the time you get home, it's dark. You got enough time to go over your children's schoolwork, homework. Enough time to talk to your significant other about the bills that you got to pay. Y'all eat. Make sure that your children take their baths, brush their teeth. And for some of you all are religious, say your prayers and then go to bed. For most Americans, you got a second job, a part-time job. So you got enough time to catch you a 20 to 30-minute nap in order to get up and work from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. in the morning. Turn around and got to do that shit all over again. How in the world are you going to tell me that you're not exhausted? How in the world are you going to tell me that you're not tired of that fucking regimen? Well, the only time that you have to breathe, to have time to spend with your children, your family, is on the weekends. And you still don't have that much time then. Because the weekends is, you got one full day, that's Saturday. Sunday is like a half a day. Most Americans go to church. And for us black folks, we go to Sunday school from 9 a.m. to 11 o'clock in the morning. And then from 11 o'clock in the morning, you got regular church service. All the way up until, and it ranges, depending on the preacher that you have. Church can end 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's real talk. Especially when the preacher caught the Holy Ghost and you start doing a running man and start talking about, as long as you got Jesus, you don't need nobody else. Or don't worry about that orange man. That's the president. And he's always fucking up the word tariffs. Don't worry about the tariffs. The tariffs, God's going to handle that. I know you got to be tired of that shit. I know you have to be. That's real shit. It's Echo. I know you have to. It gets to the point where you have to say to yourself, man, what am I living for? The cost of living is going up. Food, the price of food is going up. Gas prices. All your essentials have gone up. And while in the process of things are going up, it seems as though that your check ain't going nowhere. That minimum wage is still the same. And it's crazy to me, man. That most of us are living in another one's reality. Another person's world and how they see it. This is not my reality. This is not our reality. This is not how we supposed to be living. We weren't born to be slaves. We weren't born and raised to be slaves, people that just wake up and go to work and come back home, pay bills and get shit, sleep, take a shit, go to sleep, repeat. Go to work, shit, sleep, repeat. We're slaves to these bills. And bills, finances, just think about that. It ruins families. It ruins marriages. They say money is the root of all evil. No, it's not. It's part of the evilness. It's part of it. It's a whole system that's evil. And the ones that designed it. That's the reason why you and I, a lot of you all out there, you and I, we bump heads. Because I'm a rebel by nature. And there's no way in the world I'm going to listen to this motherfucker. Because I know he full of shit. And others that say that you have to work in order to live. That you have to pay bills. That's bullshit. Just like man-made laws are bullshit. Governments that's ran by man are bullshit. As well as man-made religion. I have a choice. I have the power of will to resist. To say, fuck that bullshit. Because living this life, regardless of whether you're in America or you're living in a country like the country that I live in, we're still slaves. Like I said before, and I say it again, I have a little bit more freedom than you all. But I'm not going to stop until I am truly free. That's real shit. Because that's what matters the most to me, is my freedom. A lot of people are doing what they have to do in order to pay the bills. But living out your dreams is what you want to do and what you should be able to do. Because your dreams are your life's purpose. And you have that right to be whoever the fuck you want to be and do whatever the fuck you want to do in life. No, this is my word, man. I was walking to the store the other day. This is my word. I'm not even embellishing on the truth. I'm not making this shit up. I was walking to the store the other day. No. Let me take that back. We were running, my son and I. We ran to the store the other day, right? And on the way back, we had to walk back, you know what I'm saying? Because we had a couple of bags. And man, there's animals everywhere in the environment that I live in. No lie. My son said, hey, yo, look up. I looked up and there was a family of like 4 monkeys. They were knocked the fuck out. I'm not lying. They were knocked out, and it was funny because they were sleeping like niggas. I'm serious. And it appeared to be that was the father. Or maybe it might have been the son. The monkey that I'm talking about. The monkey was knocked out so bad. He had his mouth open and he was laying over a branch, right? And his arms and his legs were out. And I'm not lying, his balls was like swinging back and forth throughout the wind. And I swear to you, this is my word. I said, yo, this was a teaching moment to my son. I said, yo, man, you see that? That's how I want to be. That's how free I want to be. Because monkeys ain't really concerned about what the fuck humans are doing. And what everybody else is fucking doing. They have that freedom to sit on a branch and go and be knocked the fuck out. And I'm more than sure as his balls were swinging left and right through the wind, that shit felt gooder than a motherfucker. I want to have that type of freedom. I want to know what that shit feels like. And for you smart aleck motherfuckers that will say, well, you just want to sit on the branch and let your ball swing. If that's what I want to do, yes. Yes, I want to be in an environment where I can do it. Because this shit right here, having to pay bills, and someone is in control of the money that you make, they're able to print up the money that you make, they govern over you, like motherfuckers act like I'm living in paradise, like as if there's no government here. Like there's no law. I don't have to obey the rules of the land, so to speak. Like I don't want to deal with none of that shit. We don't have to deal with it. That's my point. This shit is exhausting. And living in America, it's just, you paying, the quality of life living in America is shitty as fuck. The food is fucked up. It's genetically modified food. Y'all act like I haven't been so far removed from America to the point where I don't know what's going on. Like it hasn't even been a year since I've been gone. I know what life is like living in America. And true indeed, I may have it a little bit more better here. I'm eating organic fruits and vegetables, and that's the reason why I can be able to tell you that there's a difference between the fruits and vegetables that I'm eating here in comparison to the fruits and vegetables that I ate or the produce in the produce section of the grocery store that I would get my fruits and vegetables from. The quality of life is all fucked up in America, and they still raising the price up of everything. That shit is crazy to me. I don't understand how some of you Americans are not in the middle of the street right now saying, hey, y'all gonna have to change this shit up because I'm tired of working for nothing. Motherfuckers telling me all the time in the comment section of the videos that I do about America, yo, man, you need to stop living in that place that you living in and snap into reality, get you a job and pass on generational wealth. Yeah, fuck you. Because at the same time I'm passing down generational wealth, I'm passing down to my children generational debt. Like y'all really fed into that bullshit financial freedom shit that term that they used a couple of years back. Have you chasing after a fucking a carrot or a piece of cheese that you can never fucking achieve. Because ain't no such thing as no fucking financial freedom. Yeah, true indeed, you may be making a certain amount of money where you can pay your bills up for years upon years upon years upon years where you'll be comfortable, you'll be living comfortable, but the bills never stop. You still got a light bill, a water bill, a phone bill. You still got to pay taxes on your house, even though you might have paid it off. You still got to pay taxes on your car, even though you got to pay it. You got to pay it off. There's still expenses inside your house, internally and externally that may break down that you have to pay for, as well as your car. You still got to get an oil change, tires go bad. You still got to pay for that. Still got to pay for gas to put in your fucking car. So miss me with that financial freedom bullshit. If you want to be technical, yeah, true indeed, you can achieve financial freedom if and when you're dead. That's it. The bills don't stop. And that's the point that I'm trying to make to you all. Aren't you tired? Aren't you exhausted? And don't you think that there's a need for change? And the only way a change is going to come about is when people get fed up of the fucking gerbil wheel that they're running in constantly, every day. How many times you going to go to church and the preacher going to tell you it's going to be all right? How many times you going to fucking vote for a fucking politician that's going to that make promises that they always break after they got your vote? Real shit. How many times you going to go to the grocery store and see that a banana was 59 cents a pound, now it's $1.59, and then the next week it's $2.59, and then the week after that it's $3.59? How much is it going to cost or take you to realize, for you to realize that a change needs to happen? What, when you're paying $3,000 a month for a one bedroom in a hood? Or how about $6,000 a month for a one bedroom in the hood? That's real shit. I'm your conscience, nigga. And it's time for you to wake up. The alarm clock done went off. You keep on pushing the snooze button. We ain't got time for that shit. I got a date with a tree branch, so my balls can swing left and right in the wind like those monkeys that I saw the other day. Because I'm entitled to live my life the way I live it, without anyone being in the middle of my freedom and telling me, in order for you to be free, giving me the illusion of being free, you got to pay. This motherfucker got heart, lungs, kidneys. They not the nerve to say forefathers that wrote up the Constitution in order to give us rights and all that. Them niggas wasn't my forefathers. That's the first thing. And the second thing is those niggas eat, shit, and sleep just like I do. The nerve of them writing some rights for us in the law that we till this day say, I got my rights because of these motherfuckers. No. I'm not listening to none of these man-made laws, religions, and ways of life. I'm going to live my life the way I want to live it. And if I don't get to that point, at least I died trying. That's real shit. Because I know some of you all like, you know, the whole slogan that 50 Cent put out, you know, get rich or die trying. You trying to do that with someone that's dictating to you how much money you can make, how more or less money you can make because they print up the money? That's how much control they got over us. They print up the money. They make the laws. They are your religious leaders, your spiritual guiders, your spiritual leaders. They are your politicians. They are your savior, your God. They are your creditors. They get to decide whether they are the bank. They get to decide whether they're going to give you a loan for you to approve you for a loan so you can be able to house your family. Man, miss me with that. I'm about to go. I'm really fucking exhausted on how life is right now. And I don't understand how you all are not. How are you not tired in living in someone else's reality and not yours? That's the question. How are you not exhausted? This motherfucker dictating to you how you supposed to live your life. I know I am. And I know sooner than later, if I don't get my way, I'm going to get it however I get it, regardless. But sooner than later, I'm going to disappear. You won't see me. Because I refuse to live the way that previous generations have been living. Like a fucking slave. I'm out.